Have you missed us? It's been all of 3 minutes.
I know. It was quick. It was quick for us.
I'm like, I have got to run to the restroom really quick.
While we were waiting, I did see a question that I know the answer for. Are the mini quilts shipping? Yes, they are.
That's what's going on downstairs. Yes. I told you it was chaotic here today.
It was chaotic. So chaotic that we were picking orders.
We were fulfilling those orders.
So if they're messed up, sorry. Yeah, seriously.
No, I'm like, I hope I didn't mess up anybody's order.
Yeah. So, but mini quilts are going out. I watched Allison putting some together with the little stand, the little
label.
Yes.
I'm like, can I just grab mine?
I know. So they have started shipping.
Yes.
Things are going out of here, but it does take us a little bit of time. So
remember Black Friday.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
Yes.
We're pulling. We're pulling as fast as we can.
Yep. So, all right. Quick hat change. We should have wore hats.
I have some. Well, we're doing Christmas Club. I have something else to wear for Christmas Club. I was going to bring a different shirt for 3 at 3, but forgot it.
Yay. Okay. So you are watching, not the club anymore. You're watching 3 Things at 3, where thing number 1 is
something to smile about.
Thing number 2 is
something to learn.
And thing number 3,
daily deal. We need money coming off of that one, Abby. Pull out your magic tricks.
Magic tricks. This one. It's not going to do it now? You watching the video?
There you go.
Say, let's go. Let's go.
Oh yeah, yes. So, okay. We're rolling.
All the little things that it does. Yeah.
Not doing it.
Don't do it in front of your face. That's good. That's part of the issue.
There we go.
Fireworks. We're magical. That's what Suzanne says. Just like that, we can make fireworks.
Suzanne, yes, it is the Cheri and Stacey all day show.
It really is. we
it
get
is.
we get a little teeny break after this, and then it's Christmas Club.
Yay.
Last one.
Last
and I
one.
talked Stacey into joining me with that because
I'm already here.
she's here and
Chris is not. I get to be
Yes.
Chris
oh,
for Christmas
it's all
Club.
good. It's all
Yep.
good. All right, Stacey, we got some funnies. Some of them are funnier than others. We're gonna start at the top. This is from our friend Deb, and she says, "See there, Emma. What did I tell you about doing cartwheels?"
Cute little horn stuck in the
Poor
grass.
little uni, right? Hopefully, you guys like these ones. This is me right here.
They say what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. At this point, I should be able to deadlift a pickup truck. So true.
So true. And this one is me. Sarcasm is my first language, and cursing is probably my second. I will tell you that I asked everyone to sit around the Thanksgiving table, and they didn't, and the swear words came out. I told them exactly what to sit on the chair. And they all laughed and came inside of the table, so it works.
Morning forecast. Slightly exhausted with a 100% chance of needing coffee or Diet Coke. Scattered sarcasm comments throughout the afternoon.
Yes.
We are at that second
We
one
are
right
at-
now.
Yes. A little bit of sarcasm going on here. All right. Sorry, you'll need to hand over the bells and walk through again. This is only funny because I've done the airport a few times and I think I have it figured out, and then I forget
I wear
something.
like stuff that doesn't have buttons, anything
Yeah,
on it. 'cause-
Yeah. You think you're there, but then you're not.
Yep.
And you're like, nope, go again. This was sent to me and I just don't get it.
Dear Santa, I've been good all year, most of the time. Once in a while, never mind. I'll buy my own stuff.
I'm like so innocent. I just don't get
I
it.
don't get it.
I don't get it. Yeah. So there you go. There.
Cursing is my first.
I love that, Teresa. Sometimes I have one kid that he just, okay, it's my Marine. He understands cursing. He came home and it's like, that's how you have to talk to him. So much funny. All right. Mary's back. Mini quilts are shipping. They are being shipped right now. We just got them in.
As we
And-
speak, they're
Yep,
shipping.
they are being, yes,
packaged.
and being shipped. So it does take us a minute to get through them. And you guys,
There were a lot.
there were a lot.
Of
And
them.
the cute little hangers, they're so adorable.
I forgot about the hangers.
Yes. So they're in a nice big box for you. But so it takes a minute just to box them all up because they don't want those hangers to get all bent. So, all right. We are ready to go to thing number 2.
Two.
We're trying to get some fireworks again. It's not gonna happen. All right.
You gotta hold still.
You gotta
We
hold
broke it.
still.
You started the fireworks or something.
She's like, you guys.
We probably waste so much time just trying to get these graphics to work for us.
Oh. All right. So I am excited with our little project today because last week when I was here, someone else who uses cuss words, maybe Kyle, was finishing this up. And she was like, there are no directions in this pattern for how to finish the binding. And we were talking about it. She's like, I don't know if they're going to need something. And she's like, that would be a good 3-at-3. And I said, yep, I will do it.
Me.
I will do that one. And I am excited. So we are going to be putting the binding on the tree skirt. And so if you have ever done a tree skirt before, you know that you have the outside of it is usually not square. Some of them are. But this one has its straight edges. So it kind of is a circle, but not quite. But the inside is a circle. And so the first thing we want to talk about is when you're
I was wondering where the circle is coming from. I'm like, these are not, that's not circled.
They are not circles. But the outside or the inside is a circle. Yep. So when you are doing a circle or a curve on your quilt or whatever you're binding, it could be a table runner, it can be a tree skirt, whatever it is. If you're doing something that is curved, you want to use biased binding. Why? Does it really make a difference?
It does.
It does. So what happens is when you cut on the bias, you get more of a stretch in your fabric. So this is not cut on the bias, all of this. We're going to cut a little bit on the bias. We're going to use that for the outside. Probably, maybe.
I think it is cut on the bias because it's stretchy.
Is it stretchy?
Mm-hmm. See?
Okay.
You can see it stretch.
So how do you cut on a bias? It's easiest when you're cutting.
You watch Chris.
You watch Chris do it. Yes, if you are in the club, there is a whole video
Section
on
cutting
binding
on the bias.
and cutting on the bias. And all
Actually,
of
she
that.
did a 3-3 on the bias.
Like, what is? There we go. Okay. There's our fabric. And so if we're going to cut on the bias, this is one of your factory edges right here. And so you want to cut usually a 45-degree angle. You can fold this. This isn't a fat quarter. There's a fat thing on how to do it with a fat quarter, but it doesn't have to be a fat quarter. It can be any kind of fabric, but you need to cut on an angle. So we're going to take our ruler, and this ruler is a great ruler here because if you see, you have the markings for a 45-degree angle, a 30-degree angle, and on this end, a 60-degree angle. Like I said, we probably want to do our bias binding at about a 45-degree angle. And so we have this line here, that's the 45, and we will line it up along. Bring this up here a little bit for you, Abby.
I didn't realize it had the 60, 45, and 30 on there.
No, this is the girlfriend ruler.
I didn't know.
Isn't that nice?
Like, it's a ruler, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that that's what
that has that.
I learned
there.
something new.
Okay, so we're just going to line this up. Here's our 45-degree angle right here. And we're going to line it right up on the edge of our factory edge. Okay.
The selvage.
Yep. So there we have a 45-degree angle on our fabric. So let's go ahead and cut that. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, you want to cut that
from
this
that
way or this way? Either way, we can either do that one. It's kind of a weird angle.
And I'm going to try not to slice my finger.
Yeah, don't slice your finger because that would get red on our white binding and we'd have to start over.
Did it cut there?
We'd have to cancel 3 at 3.
Go straight to. Oh, you moved it. Okay, don't watch.
Not that we're waiting for bloopers to come up really soon here. Okay, so there we have it. I think. Now, do I have to keep lining that up on the 45? It's a trick question.
Yes, don't know. Right?
No. So what I can do now,
because you just move it.
Yep, is just move it. And
Just
so
move-
Kyle's cut this one. We're gonna just double check. Don't make the questions
don't
too
ask me
hard.
Questions I don't.
This is a 2.5-inch binding, and you can do your binding whichever width you want to. So however you want to. So go ahead and we're gonna just line this up at 2.5 inches.
And I cut that one?
Yep, I can cut this one.
Oh, you get the easy one.
I know. So there's a binding strap. We'll do another one, 2.5 inches. Okay. And the nice thing about this is it does give you like your little end-to-end pieces like that. So you can just line them up, take them to your sewing machine, and get your little dog ears there, sew across, and then it will be right there. Also this, if you want to cut me like maybe one more strip.
That's an awkward angle.
It is an awkward.
I'll try not to cut the project.
Oh man, I almost did it wrong. This white on white fabric is fun.
Why is this not cutting through? Oh. Okay, I'm doing this one again.
I hope the camera is on Stacey.
No, this is blooper reel material. Don't watch me, Abby.
What now? I
We're like, no, not at me.
Good thing this program's an hour long.
And we'll just go straight into Christmas Club.
There we go. Whew. That's probably good.
I gotta get the little. My husband's calling me. I'm like, honey, you know I'm on camera right now.
Let's cut those off. Just because I'm really good at not catching those.
What are you cutting off?
Maybe
Oh.
just that. Okay, so you're lining those up.
What did the turkey say to the turkey hunter on Thanksgiving?
What?
Quack, quack.
Are your friends giving you jokes to fill up our time here? Did you have that one in your pocket? Okay, so that's how you do your binding. You just sew it together. You can keep going, and then you're just going to press it. So we're going to press it in half, and then we will be ready to use that as binding. So let's come over here. Should make Stacey use this
Nancy
iron.
says, 2 cameras, split screen so we can see both bloopers at once.
Hey now.
Yeah, you got to start working on those blooper reels.
I know. I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, it's about time. I think Abby made it even this year into the blooper reel. She might be the only one
That one might just be on repeat.
with Chris.
From my first time.
Yes, with
Yes.
Chris.
I know exactly what it is. Viewers probably know exactly what it is.
Yes.
Yep.
It was one of those moments that,
You can't forget it.
nope. And we won't let you either. Of course, it wasn't you.
I didn't do it. I just was there.
You were just there going, what in the world is going on here?
Oh, you must be with sand.
Why do some quilters fold material a certain way and then cut bias?
I would say they do it so they cut it a little bit faster. And it's fine. You can do that. Like you said, this would take a minute if you fold it. And Chris shows how to in that video. It's been a while since I watched it, but you just you're folding it on a bias and then cutting
And
it.
it's a little bit easier. Like
Yeah.
this one, I had to move my ruler because it was a bigger piece.
Mhm.
And that way you don't have to.
Yep. Okay, so we have our piece of bias binding. And I know this one's bias. I don't know if this one is. So we're going to start with this.
That's the same.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully. Then we'll just
Well, if not,
just-
it's another blooper reel.
yeah, you would
So-
just keep going. And what we're going to do is I'm going to start on the inside circle because we're going to show you just a little bit of a trick.
So this is what
Um,
she's talking about
yeah.
right here. Do you remember this? Tree skirt.
And so if we open it up,
There's your circle
there's your circle right in the middle.
right here.
Right there. Okay, so that's going to be a harder part. So what we're going to do is we're going to iron this, and we're going to iron it along. Let's move this so we can see. We're going to iron it along this outside edge. Okay, and as we do that, we are going to give it a little bit of that stretch, so that it just will press, and then we will put it on there, and it will help us just to get it to lay a little bit smoother. So that circle's not real huge, so I'm just going to do a little bit over here.
Do you need pins or anything?
Nope. I think I'll be okay. But just as... Okay, first I'm going to fold this edge over because I'm going to just have that be our start of our binding for the circle. And then we fold it in half.
Do you remember what the name of this pattern is for this tree skirt?
I do not. We can look it up though. So you can kind of see that, like it's not a ton, but there's just a little bit of curve to this. And that will just help that lay down.
There it is. It's called Joyful Gatherings.
It's really cute. I really like that.
And it
tree
is on our
skirt.
website.
Okay, so I probably have enough there to do the circle part. And we're going to bring it back over here. And I'm going to do from the back to the front because this is a piece that we're probably going to finish for the store and we want it to be done quicker, more than an heirloom.
You don't want
I'm not hand binding it. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So we're going to put this on, and this is kind of big. Okay, we're going to start at this. We're going to actually start off of the curve just a little bit. So we'll come down here.
So what you're going to do is you're going to sew around here and then go out and then do the outside of it.
Yep. Yep. Because I want to get this part over with first because I've pressed that part. So yes, it's been ironed 2 times. It was ironed just in half. And what I did on this one is I ironed on the outside and I just pulled it a little bit just to give it some stretch. Yeah. It's just to press that stretch in there a little bit. If you don't do that, you're just going to kind of do it as you put this on. So I press this corner up so it's there. We can cut the little dog ear off. Maybe. There you go. Okay. And what I'm going to do is rather than trying to join my ends of my binding, because it's kind of a big project, like I said, it's going to be something that I'm going to top stitch over. I'm going to sew here at about 1/8 of an inch, and I'm going to sew for about 3 inches, and then I will stop, and then I will put this down because this is where my tail is going to tuck in later. Okay, so I'm not going to join the edges, and then I will give it just a little, like maybe 3/4 of an inch, and then I will start my 1/4 inch sewing right here, and I will come up to this corner. And at this corner, I will go to the 1/4 inch and then I will follow the edge of my circle. So I'll fold it this way and then I will fold it this way and I will start my curve. Okay. So you can see that we come off straight, we come back, but it's going to go right into that curve. And hopefully we get a good mitered corner that way on that edge into the circle. Okay. So once again, this is just folded over about almost half an inch.
It looks like, yeah.
It's just folded in, and that will just be where the binding kind of tucks in there. And so that will give us a nice not raw edge.
This was made because of the 45-degree angle. We cut it out.
Yeah. Yep. And then this, like I said, we'll sew about 2 or 3 inches here at 1/8 of an inch. And then we'll stop and we'll come back and we'll start here about 1 inch down and we'll start our 1/4 inch seam. So let me take this to the machine and we're going to sew on. Oh, that's like backwards, huh?
Is it backwards?
It will
yes,
work.
because you're going to put that in the throat of your machine, right?
Yeah.
I think it's
Wanna make
backwards
it
either
work?
way.
We're just going to make it work.
I'm like, I think it'll be backwards either way.
Yeah, because it's just hard.
It's just a circle.
Hard. Yep, it's a circle. Okay, so we have to get this all in here.
Oops.
Let's lock our screen. Okay, so right here, we're going to do about 1/8 of an inch. I remembered something.
What'd you remember?
We can use a glue stick right here, and then it will hold it down. Since I'm fighting the weight of that a little bit. Did you find one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to come back here. We're going to add just a little bit. How you good on us? Kinda.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so then we're just going to glue stick this down right here just a little bit and down to this just a little bit. So we'll come over, put that right there, and we're going to start our 1/4 inch seam. All right, and I'm going to cut it so you guys can see that. So we're sewn here along this edge. Now we're going to just come back just like this so it matches our kind of our curve. And then we're going to fold over. I'm going to give a little, that was kind
More?
of nice.
The glue stick.
The
You
glue
know what?
stick.
I have come to really love glue sticks.
Yeah. I'm just
When it
going
comes
to put
to
it
sewing.
like right on the edge there and come back. And there we go. So you can see as we do that, this is going to kind of start to curve up our edge as we curve around here. So you can see that's kind of curving up on its own because that's where we press that stretch in. Okay. Did we go in?
Yeah. I was like, is it?
I know. Is it? I think so. No, something's wrong. Hang on.
I don't think it's threaded.
I think something came up above. This time, that's me. You have to thread the needle.
I do that all the time.
There we go. We're going to pull that back. So we are going to get it this time. Need my cheerleaders. You guys got me on this one? Okay. So as we pull this around, like I said, there's going to be just a little bit of stretch here. And we're just going to keep going.
You're doing a great job, Cheri.
Am I? Guess what? It didn't sew.
It didn't sew?
No.
Do we have bobbin thread?
Yeah. Let's look though. I was like, what is going on here? We are making the bloopers as if this isn't going to take long enough, right? You guys, when you're sewing and you get frustrated and it's all not working,
And you're on camera.
even if you're not on camera, redo your bobbin, start over from the top. This would be a good time to do a needle if I was at home. I'm not going to do it here. We're just going to pray for the best.
If not, we'll change the needle.
Yep, if not, we will change the needle. So there we go. One more time. We're going to thread it. We're going to take our tail back just to make sure that goes right. And we're going to go again. And there are times when your machine just needs a break, I think. You're like, walk away, come back later, and it's figured itself out. Okay. We sewing now?
We got it.
We got it.
It's done.
It probably
Yay.
was the bobbin then.
Thumbs up, heart, peace sign, all those.
Yeah, it's sewing. They're making me question this.
This angle makes it look like it's not. Sorry.
We got to get around this curve so we can show you the outside at least. Right? She's like,
You're so picky, Abby. No.
it is about Abby.
Cater to me.
Yeah.
Me and the girlfriends.
Yep.
Yes. This is not when you race.
No, take your time.
Yeah. Thanks. I was wondering if I was sticking my tongue out because I kind of was.
I always have my tongue out. This is when cursing comes in, Teresa says.
Teresa.
Yes, a stiletto would be good too.
Yes, I actually do have one. I brought one. Because sometimes it disappears here.
Donna says you're doing good at staying calm, Cheri.
Thanks. Okay, we're going to cut that so you guys can see how we turn this corner. So we're going to come up here. Bring it over here. Where are we at, Abby? Right there. This is where I want to show.
Hold still.
All right, so we have this. We brought it around to 1/4 inch, and we're just going to follow this the same way. So this will go up straight. So it kind of follows the same line, and then bring it down. And now look at that.
I'm like, that's the easy part.
That's the easy
straight line.
part. Yep. Do you pin all your binding on first?
I like put clips sporadically.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like a pinner, and I would pin every few, but I've gotten lazy.
You've gotten lazy. I think on a circle,
You can't pin it.
you
It's
can't
tiny.
pin it because it just
Yeah.
you're stretching there, and so once I got to this point, I might not. I'll
It seems
be
pretty.
honest.
Yeah, it seems pretty. If I'm doing like a big quilt, I probably would pin it just because of how heavy it can be at
Yeah.
different points.
Okay, so now we're going to bring all of this kind of around here. And we are to the outside of our quilt. So at this point, we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to follow the line. So we make a straight line here. Do you like that sound effect? I don't know where that came from.
It's a crisp sound effect.
Make sure you make that noise, okay? Okay, and then just come straight back down.
I'm just looking at the circle you did, and that looks
Does it look good?
awesome.
She's inspecting my work,
I'm
guys. It's all
inspecting
good.
It looks great.
You guys should all have a friend to do this with you because they can hold the bulk of that while you
That way
sew.
it doesn't.
This pedal's not like always working.
Did it come unplugged?
No.
There we go.
Okay, we're gonna get right up here, and I'm just gonna sew to that 1/4 inch away. Usually I try and do a little back stitch. Okay, and so we've got it to there. So then we're just gonna bring it out straight with this line. So this angle goes straight all the way, and then just fold it back over, and we are ready to sew again. Okay, and that's pretty easy. You'll just continue this all the way around the quilt or whatever you're sewing.
Your tree skirt.
Your tree skirt, your table runner, your placemats. What else would be at a fun angle like this?
Your
what?
She said a stop sign.
Oh, your stop sign. It was like, your what?
Your hexagon granny square. Granny.
Yeah.
What are they called? The hexagon thingies. My sewing terms.
Your sewing
The
terms.
hexagon thingies.
Okay, so once this is all done, you've gone all the way around your quilt. How do you like to finish your binding? Do you like to top stitch? Do you like to...
I top stitch it.
with it? And what foot do you like to use?
I use the quilt binding foot.
Me too. I love that
I used
foot.
to do the edge
The edge joining foot.
but then Chris showed the quilt binding foot. Oh my
Yes,
gosh,
and
tongue-tied.
that was a game changer. So once again, just keep this angle straight.
Grandma's flower garden.
That's it. Grandma's flower garden. Thank you.
They knew exactly what you were
I'm like,
talking
those-
about.
Hexagon things that I won't do because it's too much. Too much for my little brain.
All right.
Are you sewing the whole thing?
Nope, we're not going to. We're just
Okay.
going
I'm like,
to
are
go down.
you doing the whole thing?
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
we're
guys
really gonna.
talk amongst yourselves. We probably ought to bump up the speed if we're doing that, though, right?
I'm like, we're gonna run into Christmas club. Speed surging. Speed sewing surging. You might want to find somebody else to do Christmas club with you tonight. I'm losing it already.
Someone who can talk a sentence.
Who knows the quilting language?
Okay, so we're going to stop there. We'll bring it over
Okay.
here and show you. Cut that. Okay, so here's what the back looks like. This should give you a pretty good idea of how that's going to look. And like I said, we did it on the back because we're going to top stitch it on the front. And I am with you. I love the quilt binding foot.
See, yeah, you're
Yep.
tongue
Yeah,
tied.
now we're both back.
Eh,
But the edge joining foot also is a good one that works. So we have these right here. Okay. And we are going to let's flip it over. Yep. Okay. So we started on this corner right here, and we'll just start.
And now you got white on white, so
Yeah,
it'll be
you
a
got
little
white.
bit harder to see. But
Yep. And I don't always start right with my edge. I kind of like to see what it's going to look like. And for this, I probably would do clips or pins. We got some pins here, so that would be great. Okay. And we come back to this corner and it should miter here. It should miter here. Look at that. It's going to miter
be perfect.
beautiful. Okay. So we just do that and then this one will come over this way. And there is your perfect mitered edge. Look at that.
No,
guys.
this whole thing I went through and I'm like, she did really good
For being on camera.
for being on camera and having our thread not in our bobbin or in our machine. Perfect.
Okay. And so you can just keep going around that. And then, like I said, I would top stitch it. That foot is so nice because it just rolls right around the edge of your binding. And you can see this where we've used that, cut that on the bias, how that lays really
pretty
straight for a
flat.
circle. So what does the quilt binding foot look like?
I don't think we have
I
one
don't
here.
think we have one here. Let me take one quick look here. Because we do have this.
I know we've used it, so
That's not it.
nope.
So I will show you.
Well,
That's,
no, that's it.
is that the edge joining though?
Yes.
Okay, this
think
is the
so.
edge joining foot.
Put it down on the table.
And then I want to show them the back.
It's got
It's
this
the
little
little
flange.
flange. So it's got kind of that little flange right in the middle. And then if you look at it, it just butts right up against
You
that.
just put it, yeah.
Yep.
And so you just sew right along that.
This is not the quilt binding foot, but it's similar in that if you look on this, this has kind of got two different levels. You've got a higher level here and a lower level here. And that's what the quilt binding foot has, is just, and so it's flatter than the edge joining foot. And so it really holds it down nice.
Mhm.
And so that's why
And it
it
just
works
has
so
a little
well.
ridge that you just kind of butt up against it
Yep.
too.
This is maybe a little bit easier, I think, the edge joining foot to use at first because that flange is a little bit more.
You can see it.
Yeah, you can see.
Whereas
where
the
it's
other one
going.
is right underneath it and you can't really see.
But it really holds it really nicely. So Teresa asks, this is the 4th week of Christmas Club. Last one.
Yes.
We are doing the Santa's Cookie Keeper. Okay, so for that, once your binding's all on, you're just gonna go right around there. Where is the quilt binding? I don't know if it's on
I don't think it
our website, but you know what? Call
the Logan
the
store.
Logan store and they would know what you were talking about. That's where I purchased mine. So if they don't have it, they can maybe even order
They
it.
can
Get
order
it
it
in.
for you. Yeah.
All right. So one thing I want to cover before we get to the last thing is just how do I finish this edge? So I go all the way around my quilt. I'm coming back to,
Do you want me to unroll it?
well, yeah, or pull it out of the middle. I'm coming back to this edge and we're going to unpin it because I'm here. Okay. And I've got this coming up. What do I do? Okay. I sew. And when I get here, it's super easy because all I need to do is open this up. I
You'll
would
cut
cut
it.
it. We'll come back here. We'll cut it. And then you just tuck it in. And you are able to just keep sewing like that. And then that is your edge is all finished. So if yours doesn't match up perfectly, cut it past this part. That's the thing. You want it like 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, somewhere in there, at least farther from the edge of this triangle spot. So that is makes it super easy. And then you're just able to fold it all over and top stitch it. So hopefully that helped you guys with how to do a circle because it is that time of year to get all of the tree skirts done. Any other questions about this?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Are we
With
ready?
that, we're ready to go to
Thing
thing number 3.
like,
In the back.
Okay, so yesterday, I hope you guys shopped. We do have a deal of the day. We have some November placemats. They're usually $13.99, and today they are $11.19. So that is a great place if you want to practice binding and practice using, that
closing technique.
Yeah, the closing technique or one of those foots and doing. That is where because this is a big project to start that with. You really want to kind of feel that foot so you're not having all of the bulk. I would get the placemats. Get the placemats and try those out so that you're doing repeat, you're starting and stopping. You're just doing the four corners. And that's it.
That's awesome.
Hopefully you guys have learned a little bit more about that circular binding. Right? All right.
Okay.
It's a wrap. Number 2.
Join us in. What do we have?
We have an hour.
We have an hour and 7 minutes.
Yeah, an hour until it's time for Christmas Club. So those of you that are joining us, make sure you go and post. In about a half hour, we'll be looking for the winner of our. She's like, "What? Do we have a winner? We
I'm
have
like,
a
wait,
winner."
what contest did I not get in?
MGQS Christmas Club. If they've done their project up
Oh.
until this
I
week,
did
so they're
mine.
posting their joy towel. Post it on Friends of My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. Hashtag it MGQS Christmas Club, and we will choose a winner in about 30 minutes so that we have someone that's going to win $25.
Yay.
A gift card.
And then
I
you
love
can
it.
buy your quilt binding foot
You could. And something else.
and something else.
Like lip balm or something. So we hope you guys have a great day. If you're not joining us with Christmas Club, we'll see you in December. It starts this week.
I can't believe it's going to be December already.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
crazy.
It is crazy. Yep. So we'll see you later in December. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.